Glenn. So this is just a quick tutorial video to show you how to access your website and make simple text changes, and we'll also look at the gallery while we're here as well. So first thing to say is I've sent you an email with a link and a username and password. If you click on the link, pop in your username and password and then click sign me in. That will then take you to this screen here. You can ignore any messages over the right hand side about payments due. There are no payments due. I'm not really sure why that comes up, but just ignore that. On the left hand side, you come over here to websites, click on that. This is at the moment is blank, this area here, but eventually there'll be a little thumbnail of your website. What you want to do is click down the bottom here where it says edit website, just click on that. That will basically then load Bramble, which is the software that your website's been designed and built in. If you have a fast connection, that will load in a couple of seconds like this. And if you're on a bit of a slower connection, it can take up to 60 seconds to load. So there's a few things to go over on this video. You may want to watch it back a couple of times. But what I'm basically going to show you today is how to make some simple changes and how to look at the gallery as well. So first of all, when you load Bramble, it loads your home page. You'll notice lots of strange symbols and areas where the logo is repeated and also where the slider is repeated. You can ignore those. They're basically different elements which are switched on for tablets and for phones. So basically, don't worry about that. Scroll past those. Anything that's in an orange bar, I've used this as keywords, so don't touch those particular areas. But you can come in and you can mend where the main body text is, much like you would a Word document. You just come in, make any changes. You can add extra lines in if you want to add extra lines in. If you didn't mean to make a change, you have the undo button at the top, which will put it back to how it was. I'll show you in a minute as well how you can exit and do no damage. But basically you would go in, again, anything that you see which is a main heading, I've used these areas for keywords for Google. So you wouldn't really want to go and change those too much. But the other little bits and pieces you can change and alter if you wish. Also, what you'll find at the bottom of every page is another orange bar, again containing some very important keywords which have been sent over to Google. So again, I wouldn't alter anything that you see in a bar like that, just because when I've submitted your sitemap to Google, it finds all those keywords. If you then remove them, it will notice that you've removed them, and that will have an effect on your ranking. So yeah, that's just basically gets you in, gets you able to make some simple text changes and additions. If you come and have a play with Bramble and you don't want to save the changes, just don't hit publish at the top. Don't hit the green publish button. What you can basically do is just exit and leave the page. And because we didn't publish any changes, when we go back, we've done no damage at all. So that's one way of just having a look at Bramble, saying, well, look, I can have a look, I can log in, I can make some changes. If I'm not sure what I've done, just don't publish the changes and exit, and then you know the site's completely safe. So don't be worried about having a look at Bramble. You won't do any damage as long as you don't publish. So the other thing is at the top here, you'll see each page of your website. So for example, if you wanted to go on the About page, it will load that up. You'll see the same thing again, repeated photographs and also repeated paragraphs, because again, they're set up differently for tablets and for phones. Effectively though, you would just go in, if you changed some information at the top here, where you've got the Tree Care Professionals part, you would come back down and change it in the second bit where it's repeated, if it is indeed repeated. So I think you've got tree stumps, yeah, that would be repeated there, the tree stumps bit. And then you've got the years of experience with the van and the years of experience with the van. So just those two sections there are actually repeated. So if you change those at the top, you have to just scroll down and change the same section at the bottom so that they match up. The top bit is fine, that's just on there once. So again, you click each section, you go in and make text changes, additions, delete things, whatever it is that you want to do. So yeah, you click each box, it then highlights in green. You're then able to make the changes that you want to make to that section. And once again, you've got the bar at the bottom with the keywords, so leave that as it is. And again, if we didn't want to make those changes, just leave without publishing. We've done no damage. Photographs are a little bit more tricky. At the moment, I would suggest that you leave me to make photograph changes. There's a few reasons why, just for simplicity and ease really. You have half an hour a month of completely free support from me for making those types of changes, and that can roll over. So if you've done nothing for a few months, I'm quite happy to sit there and give you a few hours of updates. I have had customers who have uploaded their own images. They do find a few problems. One is they can't resize them properly, so they get lots of images that don't match up because they're all different sizes. And the other problem is they upload an image that's about 10 megabytes or 5 megabytes, and it slows the whole site down. So the advantage of me doing it for you is I will resize all the images and I'll compress all the images. That means they're all the right size, and that means the site loads faster. So that's why I'd suggest at the moment leaving those with me to do. But if it is something you do want to do, I'm quite happy to do another video and go over how you can do it and just make sure that you're doing it in the correct way. So yeah, that's something we can discuss. But in your gallery page, if you find an image in the gallery and you think I don't want that image anymore, you basically have a little remove icon. You can delete any images in here which you think actually I don't like that one. You're able to do that if you want to. And same as changing the order. If you decided that this image you wanted to change the order and it become further up or further down, there's a little move feature. You can drag it across, you can drag it up, and you can drag it down as well. So you can reposition this gallery and move things around. Again, the gallery's got all the portrait and landscape images are separate. So the first gallery is all of the landscapes, and the second gallery is all of the portrait images. It's just because otherwise they wouldn't line up if we did them all in one gallery. So when you click, you'll just see this is a separate gallery to your landscape images at the top here. So yeah, that briefly covers how you can make changes to the current gallery. And again, if you wanted to add to the gallery, I'll just email all those across to me and I'll drop them all in for you. It's not a problem. But if it's something you think, no, I really would like to look after the gallery myself, ideally you would need Photoshop. But you probably could get by without it, to be honest. So I'm happy to run through that again if you want to. I've sent you over your analytics, so you've got access to that now, so you should be able to check and monitor that. The site is also backed up, so if you do make mistakes or you make additions or changes and you didn't really mean to and you get in a muddle, there is a safe and secure backup of the site. And my best advice with anybody editing their site on Bramble is if you're not sure what you've done, don't publish the changes. If you think it could be broken or you're not sure if you've done it correctly, basically just exit. Don't make any changes, don't save them, don't publish them. And if you get stuck, obviously you've got that half an hour of support every month from me. So obviously I can give you a hand to keep the site up to date. Obviously that's really important. You want all the latest information on there for customers, and I'm quite happy to support and offer that, which is what I do for all of my customers. So I hope this helps. Like I say, you may want to watch this video a couple of times. And if you do need anything else from me, just let me know. Thanks for watching.